You're listening to 94XO.
What up, guys? 94XO. Wait for everybody to come in. But today I'm going to be interviewing Family Affair. So I'm waiting for them to come on. What's up?
Yo, what's up?
Your camera is flipped. Okay. I am wondering, though, like, how has your guys' like production been since this has happened?
It's been the same pretty much. You know what I mean? It's just
Hmm.
we all still had the same company, same group of people that we was already working with. So yeah,
Okay.
nothing slow down on that end. You know.
Okay. Well, that's good. A lot
hmm
slowing down over here, though, but it's all good.
Hey, yeah, like all the concerts and when it comes to all that, the things of that nature, we were on tour, so all that stuff got canceled. So the shows and things of that nature, you
Mm.
know, because we were on the road, so that affected us a lot. You know.
Oh, wow. Where were you guys at?
We the last show was in Bloomington, Illinois, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
The next one, it was the 5 city tour, and they got canceled. So
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah,
Mm-mm-mm. But at least y'all safe at home now, so I mean, that's a blessing.
yeah, 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 definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely get to stay in the city for a little bit.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and get started. Why don't you guys give me and our viewers a brief like summary about where Family Affair came from?
Okay, I'm gonna let my brother talk. First off, we're gonna introduce ourselves. I go by the name QB the Classic, and I'm representing, aka Mr. RP. You know what I mean? Better known
Mm.
as family. You dig? So I'm gonna let my brother enlighten you guys on who we are.
Well, basically we just a hip hop duo, two brothers, twin brothers from St. Louis, Missouri. Just a story, just making something out of nothing from St. Louis, Missouri. So just to sum it up, that's who we are.
Okay. And so growing up, both of you guys, you use music as a way to express yourselves, right? So, what are some of the situations, or what are some situations or scenarios that you're willing to open up about, where you use the creative outlet to express yourselves through?
Go ahead. You can talk about that situation with you know, 'cause that's a good one.
What?
With with Nikki and Chris,
Oh,
how
you
you
got it?
started. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got that. That's good.
Yeah. Well, one of the stories was pretty much is one of my uncles. He was incarcerated pretty much our whole lifetime. Well, a lot of our life. Then he finally got out. We got to hanging out for a second or whatnot. Then just
Hmm.
one day, stress was building up. He had a lot of anxiety problems and things like that. And stress built up. He ended up taking himself out. He ended up taking one of my family members' guns and using it, and taking himself out or whatnot.
Oh
So
my.
that was like the start of like when we that very week, we went to the studio and made a record called Lonely Eyes, dedicated to him. So that's pretty much how.
So your first, I guess, how am I gonna try to word this? So when that situation happened, the first thing you guys kind of was like, let me go to the studio and express how you feel. So would you say that doing that not necessarily helped make the situation better, like, but how did that guys help you mentally?
It was an expression, an outlet. It was able to release a lot of demons inside.
Yeah.
Basically, on the through sound waves. You know what I mean? So it was
Hmm.
instead of raging out and trying to figure out the problem my own way, we just put it out, like you said, through the sound waves, and the sound waves connected with other people that was going through the same situation, which they brought
Definitely.
back. You know what I mean? So it just
Hmm.
empowered even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did read that you guys like went to Blueberry Hill a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
hmm
Yeah. We used to
Uh,
be.
a-
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, actually, that's kind of dope, like what reading about it. But it said that you guys went to a lot of performances at Blueberry Hill. So I'm pretty sure you've seen like a bunch of different acts, lots of diversity, live bands, things like that. How did seeing those different acts really influence your music, especially now, when it comes to diversity in your style?
Um, to be honest with you, when we were performing, a lot of acts we didn't get a chance to see. We were headlining some of the shows. We
Y'all
did.
good?
Hey, but we back. You
Hey,
back.
we gotta do it. We gotta do it during this time. Shoot.
Oh, look. Hey, but to go back to answer your question, it was a lot going on in the scene, especially out here in St. Louis. This scene
Uh-huh.
was out. It was always flourishing. A lot of times we did not get to see the acts, but we did get to meet the acts afterwards. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So
Yeah.
gatherings or in the green rooms or things in that nature, and that energy always took everything else to another level. Brainstorming like that. So it wasn't the actual performances that we saw. It was just meeting the actual entertainers themselves and just building and brainstorming like that. You know what I mean? Building the
Okay.
brain, picking each other's brains and taking each other's brand to another level.
So what are some, or who are some of the artists that you got to meet
Meet well, I mean we meet
or
them
see
every
or perform, anything like that up there? Like who are the ones that stuck out to you the most?
at Blueberry Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Murray. Uh, he was dope. I mean, we drank a bottle of Hennessy. He came out right before the stage. I mean, right before his performance. We drank a bottle of Hennessy in the crowd. We hung out in the crowd. People didn't even realize it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was just walking around with a bottle of Hennessy, and we drank it. And we went on stage. I mean, well, he went on stage and killed it. And I thought that was like just hella dope. How he was
That's
down to
dope.
earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and like killed the show.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some other things that you would say influence your guys' style of music?
Just the walk of life.
Yeah, life in general.
Just life in general. You know what I'm saying? Like just the walk. Everything influences when it comes to music because
Mm-hmm.
I mean everything is a sound to us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything, just the walk of life,
Mm-hmm.
the trials and
Mm-hmm.
tribulations of life. You know what I mean? We try to, like I said, the main thing about family affairs, we family oriented. So we just try to, a lot of people go through a lot of things in life. We understand that, but we just try to pull out the PPs, the positive points you did, and
Right.
just time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how
So
we do.
I know you guys are twins, and you guys have been doing this since you were little, but what about your team that's around you guys? So is your team all some type of family? I know they're family when it comes to like, being a team, but is it more of a different, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess experience with having people around you compared to having your brother around you.
Mm.
Yeah, that's always gonna be a different experience. But like most people that we around, that's on our immediate circle that comes with the music, it's pretty much just like family. So it's like it's not no different for real because it
Okay.
becomes. I mean, you treat them just like family members or whatnot. So it's like
Yeah.
uh, it becomes like it's business involved, and like that's another thing. It's just like doing business with family when it's going a good way and whatnot, and it's positive. Then you able to like just kind of really think about the situation together and help you come out with the best idea.
So let's talk about Flesh and Bone Global.
FleshNBone, FBG.
Hey,
Yeah. So where did that come about? Because I see, I read that you guys are affiliated with Bone Thugs and Harmony. So can we
Yeah.
learn a little more about that?
Okay, yeah. Now we artist FleshNBoneGlobal, you know what I mean, which is a label with flesh and bone. You did,
Mm-hmm.
and basically we just been on the road for a little minute, about a year and a half with them. We got introduced by Lady Smoker, which is an artist from St. Louis, just as well.
Okay.
He did with Crazy Bone and a Life, and basically she introduced us to Flesh. Flesh gave us her some music. And then from that day on, it was it was like, look, y'all need to be nowhere but here.
Yeah.
You know, so they put us under the wing, duct tape game. You know what I mean? Shout out to Loke. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, got those. You know what I'm saying? So they put us under the wing and basically just giving us a lot of knowledge, a lot of good game, a lot of good information, and helping us take our craft to the next level.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
how has the game been different for you guys since that has happened? Like, has it been like a dramatic change with like touring and things like that?
Yeah, with the touring aspect, yeah, because we was on the road nonstop, so we was really on the road nonstop because we're on the road with them. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot different, you know. So basically, we at the city, you do the performance, you leave, you go to the next city, perform, check
Yeah.
in the hotel, leave, you know, constantly. You know what I mean? Back to
Uh-huh.
back. So just learning the different like schedules, timing. You know, just it's a lot. It's a lot when it comes to that road. So we just learned a lot. You know.
And how has the experience of you touring actually been? I know you've been touring a decent amount of time. So from the first time you did it compared to like now, like how has that experience been and how has it changed as far as you guys getting used to it?
It's just growth, you know, you learning the bumps and bruises of the road because when we first got on the road, uh it was like nobody knew who we were. So
And there's still a lot of people who don't. So
yeah, because like I said, even with the bone situation, it wasn't like uh you know, teams called out and was like, yo, we need y'all out here, we got y'all this, that and that.
Mm-hmm.
I called Smoke out and me and Smoke went out and met up with Cray. And from then on, they just get access to stay. Shout out to Rocky Rock, you know what I mean? Uh, access to stay, and from there, it was just continue building a bond and understanding the real aspects of how to have longevity on the road. You
Yeah.
know, what I mean? Meeting
Mm-hmm.
people, meeting the fans, doing the interviews, you know, just doing everything, you know, connecting every dot while you in that particular city, even if you're only in there for a moment of time.
yeah.
Yeah. And what has been your guys' favorite location that you've been on tour at so far?
California, of course, you know what I mean?
Of
Uh,
course. Why? I want to know why.
Well, you know,
this one, uh, I'm sorry, bro. Mine was the Kush Fest, you know. So
Hmm.
out there they have different little festivals, and this my experience out there, you know, as you know, on that road, we went to this Kush Fest and they performed and they were giving out just a lot of good information, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So you know that was just a blessing, you know, an honor to go through that way. So, and we met a lot of different people out there, you know, kicking it
Hmm.
with D Quick, things of that nature. We're just hanging out with a Twister, you know, you never know who you might meet over there, you know.
Yeah,
So a lot of people, Ice Cube, you know, names that we wouldn't
that's
even,
dope.
yeah. So it's a lot of people.
So, how has your experience though of touring make you see how the music industry is in St. Louis?
Um, how the music street, I say like St. Louis is prepared. We're really prepared artists. You know,
Hmm.
every artist out here, they prepare artists with their craft. But it's just building relationships on the road is a whole nother part of the game. It's a whole nother
Yeah.
part of the and not everybody is prepared to go on the road, but I feel like every artist in their due time will be prepared for every aspect because every artist out here in St. Louis is talented as hell. You know
Yes.
what I mean? The
Hmm.
pot of gumbo out here. So we got a mix of everything. Going back to your first question, with the variety of artists, it's like a pot of gumbo out here. So St. Louis is gonna be able to hit every angle, every corner of the world. So I just can't wait for it to happen.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Now, you guys are influenced by Tupac. You guys are influenced, of course, by BoneThugsNHarmony. And then I actually saw that you were influenced by Outkast. So that actually
Yeah.
stuck out to me. So what about Outkast really like motivates you guys?
All right, you wanna go, bro?
Well, just it was a dynamic duo. From the South. Two
Mm-hmm.
brothers. They came from two parts of the area, two different parts of the area, but they was able to come together, and they both had the same story, but they was able to convey it in two different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So and then like they also added color to it with the clothes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's what really stuck out.
That
Yeah.
really
It was
stuck out to me. I was thinking about that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Outkast. I ain't never seen somebody say Outkast influenced them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Oh
they're
yeah.
innovators. I
Yeah.
remember because when we got introduced to them, because it's always somebody older that that introduce you to a lot of records sometimes. So like one of our people's introduced us to the records, and we was just listening to it, and
Man.
yeah, it was just they story, they sound, it just took you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Man.
So yeah, that's why they stuck out to us.
But now it's time to talk about your guys' upcoming album that you guys called Two of a Kind. You guys dropped your single Head Spinnin'. So what has been the production or what has the production been like so far?
So far, it's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
And are you
amazing.
guys done with it yet?
Yes,
Yeah,
we are
Yeah,
done
we
with
done.
it.
you're done?
We,
Okay.
yes, we are done with it. We're just trying to. It's so much going on in the world right now.
We
You
got
know what I mean? So we've been, we're understanding to that and trying to be strategic with how we place this project out,
Yeah,
because a lot of good information that we feel was leading to this time. So it's a lot of good information on this project talking about stuff like this. So we're just trying to strategically place. You know, don't want to get lost in the sauce.
yeah, because we originally
I'm glad
we
you
just pushed
said
it back.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you said that though, because people do tend to get lost in the sauce and they just start dropping stuff and dropping it and
Yeah.
forget what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked, what was the inspiration behind SCL to H-Town? I know it's old, but that album was fired.
Oh, that's love.
Yeah,
Actually, the inspiration, it was actually that. My brother was in St. Louis,
at the time, yeah.
and I was in Houston at the time.
Hmm.
So he was building the music scene out here, and I was building the music scene, or getting introduced to the music scene out there. So pretty much that's where the influence of that came from. Just going back and forth and learning different sounds, and us, we have to keep the projects coming. So
Definitely. And then let's talk about your visual for Head Spinning.
hmm
All the background behind it, like whose idea, whose creative process was this?
okay, bro.
Yeah, so my guy Gonzalez from Milwaukee, he actually shot that. So, but
Okay.
we shot the video before we actually thought about it being an actual video. So
Hmm.
we was just on the road, we was on tour. So some of them I think we was like in Houston and some other states or whatnot. That's some of the clips that you see. But the last a couple clips is just like us. We was up there in the hotel with Flesh and everybody, and we just got off a show, one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony shows, of course. So like we was at the hotel just kicking it with all the Mo Thug cats and everybody, and like we just like shot this video, and that's how it just went in. It just went in like that.
Yeah, and it was dope. I was watching it and I was like, this is really, it's something where it's simple, but it shows you just enough about how you guys are, like being able to see you guys like on the road, but also seeing you like in a laid back kind of setting, like that shows like the type of people that you are. And I thought that was pretty dope. You didn't do too much. You did just enough.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
love.
Basically, it was just like you said, an explanation of us on the road.
Yeah, just kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So tell me before we let our listeners or our viewers know. I'm so used to doing my podcast, but let our viewers know like where they can find your music and more information about you guys, what is your guys' creative process? How is that?
Okay. Well, you can find our music on all digital platforms. You know, Spotify, iTunes. You can look us up, Family Affair. You know, follow the profiles. But our creative process basically is just an organic flow. We go in the studio and we have so much material. So now it's just we go in the studio and it's if we're not organically feeling what's going on, it's not going to come out. You know, it's going to naturally come. Going to naturally let it flow.
Yeah.
If we overthinking the process, we take it away. You know, basically, our creative process is just us being free. You know what I mean?
So are you guys, have you guys done like freestyling
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
yeah.
time?
All, not all the time, but
Yeah.
uh,
Some of the records they come freestyle like it's. You know, you just come up there, whatever's on your mind, like that's pretty much so. We might be going through something in particular. That's all we might be speaking about.
yeah.
Like that's how Head Spinnin came up.
Dude, I was
Like we
gonna
was
say,
just
drop a freestyle right now. No, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you guys talking to me. I know this is something new for me doing this IG live stuff. So like I really appreciate you taking the time. But like let everybody know where they can find your music at, subscribe to you on YouTube, all of that.
Yeah, first and foremost, we appreciate you and
Yeah,
congratulations for all your platforms.
Yeah.
Keep it going, and we support you fully all the way to the top. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. I do.
Hey, no.
Wait, somebody has another question before we go.
Okay.
With the generation of mumble rapper blowing up, how do you find the motivation not to conform? Oh, you guys a good question.
Hey, that's a good. Like I said, just organically being yourself, and you know we've been just blessed to walk a different path, so we don't get like I said earlier, don't get lost in the sauce. So it's almost like a DMX quote. He said he doesn't listen to a lot of people to sound like a lot of people. Yeah. So
Right.
that's how the fair runs their show. You know what I mean?
We look for records.
But all right, I appreciate you guys.
No, appreciate you and appreciate all the viewers. Like I said, keep it going.
And yeah, you can definitely follow us at STL Family Affair on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. We got Head Spinnin on iTunes. Go get that. As well as Dream Girls. Yeah, that's on iTunes.
That was hot.
Yeah,
that was my song.
Thank you so much. So that's where it's at. Like that's us.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
All
love and
righty.
loyalty.
Bye.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube, 94XO. Make sure you guys follow me at 94XO or MoniXO. All of that. I'm out. Be easy.
You're listening to 94XO.